So I spoke with the attorney who is representing Veritas and told them, look, I think this is a weak case. I think you are ultimately going to lose this and that she will be seen as a proper tenant. I know you guys are just hassling her to see if you can scare her off. I'm confident I can beat you back. However, I don't even want to go through this hassle. I don't want my client to have to go through this hassle. She's in her 70s. She's a single mom. I told the attorney for Veritas, given the weakness of the case, I highly recommended that they dismiss it because I was ultimately going to provide competent representation. Uh, I thought it was easily predictable that they would ultimately lose and that they should save time and not be bullying and intimidating jerks. When I'm negotiating, there's often a carrot where I have clients who say, well, I'm willing, if my landlord wants me to leave, I'm willing to leave on my own timetable for a fair price. And that's often a carrot that I can offer to the landlord to negotiate rather than litigate. Here, that wasn't a possibility. My client did not want to leave. She didn't have another place where she could move to that she could afford. This was the only place she could be close enough to her work and afford rent. So I went with a different route. I tried to do a stick instead of a carrot. And I told Veritas's attorney in what would be a fateful, vainglorious boast that if they dismissed their superficial justification and dismissed their unlawful detainer, their eviction, left my client alone, I would leave them alone. But if they continued this eviction that I thought had a very flimsy pretense, that I would go after them and that I would take every case I could against them and organize tenants to stand up. I had hoped that that threat would convince them to stop their bullying behavior. Perhaps I should not have been surprised that they called my bluff and they refused to dismiss their eviction against my friend. I was proven correct. I ultimately did defeat that, and she still lives in her home, where she lived for 21 years. She has now lived 24 years and is continuing her work in her 70s. I'm very proud of her. But in order to follow through and keep my word, I started to tenant organize against Veritas. And this spread from that one building to two buildings, and then three, and then four, and then five. At our height, we had seven buildings that were on some degree of rent strike against Veritas.